Hi, everybody. My name is Patrick Lloyd, and I am the instructor for General Chemistry 2, Chem 1200 this summer, section S10 and S10L, lecture and laboratory. Welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy this course. You'll be doing it remotely, but I hope I have an opportunity to interact with you at least some, personally this summer. So I'm going to put up the syllabus so you can take a look at this, go over it together. Okay. So, the section number S10 and S10L for the summer, Chemistry 12. Patrick was my name. I am going to be posting announcements on Blackboard. The course syllabus will be on Blackboard, but very little will be on Blackboard, just pretty much announcements, which will also be emailed to you, as well as the course syllabus. I do have a number 347-249-5676 with which you can reach me, and you can use either text or WhatsApp or Signal or Telegram. I have all of those. If I don't get back to you rather quickly, it's probably just because I'm busy, but I will get back to you. You can also use my Kingsborough email address if you want. I check it once to twice a day. Okay, so it might take a little bit more time to get word back. If you want to meet for office hours, we can use Zoom, and we can do some work on that. I also have a YouTube page, which is linked here on the syllabus. That could be a very important page for you. It contains lots of videos, a couple hundred hours of videos of problem solving and lectures in the general chemistry area. Okay. So this is an asynchronous course, so we will not be having any live on-campus or even online meetings. Everything is going to be done pretty much by videos, and then you working on your own using what's called the ALEX software system. If you do want to have a class on campus, I would recommend that you either call or email Viola Evans. She could probably get you into a section that meets on campus. We do have a section that meets on campus, and it's not full. There are some positions left on it. For office hours, you can reach me on Zoom. The meeting ID is always the same, and the password is always the same. So just get in touch with me, and then we can meet on Zoom if you want to do that. Okay. I will be on campus a little bit during the summer, a couple days a week at least. So if you do want to meet on campus, maybe you have another class, just let me know. So this is an asynchronous course, so you definitely need technology. The system that we're using is called ALEX. There's a link to it right here. I hope you've all used it already in Chemistry 1100 or preview of general chemistry. This is essential system for you to be able to do this course. You can't do the course without the ALEX. Your grades are a bit dependent on it, your homework, your exams, everything, the labs, everything's based on ALEX. So make sure that you have that. You do have to purchase it if you haven't purchased it already. There is, it's roughly about $93 was the latest price that I saw. It is more expensive in the bookstore. You may be able to find, because this is an accelerated course, we only meet over 6 weeks, you may be able to find a cheaper version of it on their website, like 180-day or maybe even a 90-day, 120-day. So check in there, see, you want to make sure that it has the electronic version of the book, the e-textbook. We're using the textbook, by the way, is Chemistry 5th edition by Julia Burge. If you want a physical copy of the textbook, you can go to bookfinder.com and look for inexpensive versions, 2nd or 3rd or 4th editions are less expensive. Here's a link to being able to create a Zoom account. And here's a link to being able to register on ALEX. You can use that. When you get to Alex, you'll need the class code. This is the class code that you use to register on Alex to tell them which class you're going to be in. It's a 10-digit code. And somewhere, once you put in that code, it should say something about me, Patrick Lloyd. It should say Kingsborough Community College. It should have something about the dates being in the summer. And it should say that our textbook is Julia Burge 5th edition. If that all seems to line up pretty well, then you probably got the right section. If you already have an Alex account, then you just create a new course. If you don't have one and you don't have the money to purchase it yet, there is an opportunity for a 2-week respite, a delay in paying of up to 2 weeks. They call the financial aid code. This is the 20-digit financial aid code. All it does is it delays having to pay for it for a couple of weeks. Okay. So again, as I said, announcements will be on Blackboard, although if you check your campus email, or at least the email that you have through Blackboard associated with your account here at Kingsborough, the announcements will go out on email as well. The syllabus will be on course content, and there may be a few other things, but not much. It's mostly going to be on Alex. You need the Alex learning system, which has the homework, exams, and laboratories. Okay. You'll need email to email me, and then Zoom if you want to do office hours. The textbook by Burge, these are the chapters we're covering. Chapters 14 through 20, starting with kinetics and going all the way through the nucleus. Links to videos, chapter 14 through 20. There's a lot of videos there. I will be adding more videos as we go along the way. Most of the videos that I want you to focus on are problem solving with Alex. The main skill set you're going to learn in this course is how to solve problems. So it is a skill, just like any other talent. It is something you can learn. You can learn how to solve problems, and that's what we'll be doing. So we start with chapter 14, which is kinetics, and we can go all the way through there. Okay. So in Alex, there are things called modules. Modules are the homework assignments. There's one for each chapter. It involves generally 10 to 15 topics. Topics are the types of problems. It says here 16 to 20. It's anywhere from 12 up to 17, really. And these are essentially homework problems. You're just going to work on homework problems over and over and over again. The details are given here, so make sure you're reading through this. These are the due dates. These are not flexible. You have them listed right here. These are the due dates. Notice the last one is very brief. Chapter 20 is extra credit, okay? So if you want to get the extra credit, you'll probably need to finish chapter 19 a little bit early so that you have a few days at least to do chapter 20. Chapter 20 has only 12 topics. Some of them are pretty basic, and some of the problems are from really from the preview general chemistry course, so they're pretty easy. But if you want that extra credit, make sure that you finish chapter 19 prior to 8/6, prior to August 6th. Okay. So those are our due dates. Make sure you work ahead, prepare for any problems that might develop. Okay. There are, when you work on Alex, there's explanations that are given. You can read those explanations. And you get credit for each type of problem, each type of topic, we should say, that you finish. So as it says in here, let's say that you're doing, chapter 14 and there's 16 topics. If you get 12 of the topics done on time, that would be 12 out of 16, you get 75%. So you won't get all the full credit, but you'll get the percentage that you get done. Okay. You may find that there's a knowledge check. Well, there definitely will be one initial knowledge check. Make sure you work on the knowledge check. Take about a half hour to 45 minutes to do it. Have a calculator, have a piece of paper or several pieces of paper and pencil. And do your best, but don't Google the questions. If you Google the questions, if you try to get them through Google, it'll create more problems for you than it'll help you. It's okay to get these things wrong. Don't worry if you don't know how to do them. It's going to ask you questions that are throughout the entire course. And since you're taking the course, you wouldn't be expected to know how to do those. But if you do happen to know how to do a couple, you can get a little bit of credit for it before you begin. Okay. There may be some knowledge checks later on in the semester after you complete a particular chapter. If one pops up, same thing, pull out some paper, pencil, and calculator and do your best on those. You want to make sure you do well on the knowledge checks. You don't get, it didn't take points off for doing poorly on the knowledge check, but it does take back the completion of your PI. There is something called a PI progress when you go through ALEKS. The PI is essentially all of the problems we do in the course. So think of it like a pie chart. So you have all these problems you got to complete. So once you complete all the different types of problems, the PI is complete. You've got 100% of the PI. The PI is actually a pretty good portion of your grade. So if you can just get the PI done, that really helps out your grade quite a bit. There are exams. It says here in bold, there's no makeup exams. You have the dates. So, don't put the exam off until an hour before it's due or a day before it's due. Do the exams early, a couple days early. That way, if something happens, you don't miss the exam. There's one for each chapter from 14 to 19. Again, we're only have 6 weeks to do this course. So there's going to be one due every week here. Chapter 20 doesn't have an exam. Those are the final dates. So please don't ask for extensions on it. You need to get it done early so that you don't have a problem getting there late. This discusses what the exams are. You have about 30, 35 minutes to do the exams. It's only about 5 questions. Not that much work. There are practice exams, but these are just for practice. They don't count in your grade. Okay, it's optional if you want to work on them. It's just to help you prepare for exams. They're much longer than the exams. Exams are not 20 questions. The practice exams have a lot of questions. The ebook is not available when you take the exams, but make sure you have a scientific calculator. I would say, paper, pencil, periodic table, stuff like that. It is open book. So if you have a chemistry textbook with you, that's absolutely fine. There is no separate final exam. Okay. Once you finish the exam 6, which is due August 6th, you're done. You don't have to do another exam. Okay. The laboratory component. So the laboratory component of this course is based on virtual labs. So these are kind of fun. I've done a few of them myself. You essentially are picking things up and moving them around like you're doing titrations and mixing things. It's very detail oriented. You probably can't do it on your phone. You really have to have like a computer. So if you don't have a computer at home, then you want to arrange a time you can go to a computer laboratory or check one out from the school that you can use. Okay. Again, these have due dates, but these are more frequent. You have 11 of them, but you only have 6 weeks. So there's going to be due every, twice a week. These are going to be due. They also have calculations in them. The thing about the virtual labs is that you can do them more than once. So if you finish it and you have a lower score than you want, you can do it a second time or a third time until you get the score that you want. Okay. But there are due dates. So the grading, the modules is 20%, the pie chart is 60%, the exam average, so the average of those 6 exams is 10%. All the virtual labs, the average of that is 10%. Hopefully that adds up to 100%. The breakdown on the course, 88 and above is an A, 75 to 87 is a B, 50 to 74 is a C, and then below 50% is an F. Okay. Their ebook, if you want to do other types of problems or, practice, they tend to be easier than the ALEKS problems. So you might want to do these first just for practice, then build up to the harder ones that are on ALEKS. Okay. So there's sample problems and there's practice problems in the ebook. The answers are in the ebook. These are end of chapter problems for each of those chapters, that you can work on. And then here are some resources for distance learning. Accessibility, if you have an issue with accessibility, IT support includes their numbers as well as emails where available. To Learning Center, Tutorial Center is right here. So you can get in touch with them. This is the policy of academic integrity, academic integrity. Alex support, take a look at that. That's there. They are open 7 days a week. They're in the Midwest, so their hours are a little bit different than they are on the East Coast. They're not open all day Saturday and Sunday, but they're open for a few hours on the weekends. So if you need to contact them, you might want to put that number into your phone book, your contact list. These are just some accessibility issues, Zoom privacy statements. Okay. These are the learning outcomes. These are the things that we expect you to be able to do by the end of the course. Okay. That's what we're working on. And a couple frequently asked questions. Are the online practice exams mandatory and way into my final grade? And the answer is no, they're just there for you to practice. Can you do exams or submit work on Alex after the due date? Nope. Exams and homework modules need to be completed prior to the due dates listed on the syllabus. That would go for the laboratories as well. Okay. So again, feel free. Welcome aboard. I hope it goes well for you. Some of you are probably not actually from Kingsborough. You're just here taking a summer course. So I hope that this works in well with your schedule. Sorry that we won't be seeing each other on campus. The campus is beautiful during the summertime. But if you do want an online section, there certainly is one available. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And I look forward to interacting with you in what ways that we can and seeing your work throughout the summer. So take care.